Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Basement Outback podcast. I'm your host, Aurora XD, and I'm here with Sloth.
Howdy.
And Seb as our guest.
Hello.
And this is probably going to be a bit of a scuffed episode because we don't exactly have the ideal audio setup. We have our mic sitting in the middle of a chair in our hotel room right now. We're in Atlanta and just kind of all sitting around it. So audio is probably going to pick up a little bit better in the next episodes, but we're going to roll with it for now.
I think it is probably the funniest setup we could ever have.
Definitely.
I know we were talking about like bringing like several mics for this, but this is the only thing that we ended up working with, so...
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about our kind of experience going to Momocon this year. And it was my first kind of big, I guess, anime, video games related convention that I've been to. And I know Sloth has been to one, and I don't know if you have.
I've never been to any other convention.
Yeah, so for at least two of us, it was kind of a new experience. And then just exploring the Atlanta area in general, like where we ate, and I guess what we recommend if you're ever in the area. And just kind of a review of our trip over the last 2 days. So if you want to start, we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I think the start of the trip was pretty funny because, I mean, like, obviously, like, you know, getting off the plane and stuff, like, I obviously explained, like, how this is, like, the first time I've ever traveled, like, by myself. So, you know, definitely an eye-opening experience. But, you know, like, a couple minutes, like, after, like, hopping off the MARTA, I literally ran to Seb and, you know, we basically just hit it off from there. And then 10 minutes later, obviously, after the scavenger hunt that is, the airport here, we found you, so... And honestly, I think we hit it off pretty well when we first met up, so...
Yeah, I'd say so. It was, like, kind of difficult because, I went to Dallas, like, a few days before this, and, by the way, we're recording this on Saturday, so we just had Momocon earlier, so on, like, Monday I flew to Dallas, and Wednesday I flew back, so I still haven't had a lot of experience in the airport, and it's, like, really frustrating because... I was going to go to the parking lot to pick them up, but the parking lot was full.
Oh,
and then
I
had to drive around, and then it was like really hard to communicate like through text what was going on because I had to like keep circling around and people were honking at me anytime I like slowed up.
Oh yeah.
But picked them up in rideshare, and I mean the airport's always a headache, but like I mean I know as far you two were the ones that were actually in the airport, so you'd be able to tell if it was actually like how crowded it was or how...
It wasn't that crowded, at least to me. I mean, it is Memorial Day weekend, so I mean, there's definitely people flying around just everywhere, but honestly, I think at least the time I came in, it wasn't that bad. Like,
no, definitely wasn't.
Yeah, and then I guess it was a little tricky getting through just the city to get to our hotel, but overall, we checked in fine as far as I know, so...
We were so worried that we actually did not get the right hotel. Like, on the GPS, it just said a parking lot, and I freaked out for, like, 5 seconds. Oh, my lord.
I don't know if it's just my phone, but, like, I always get, like... If somebody sends me an address, it doesn't, like, autocorrect to, like, the name of the place. It'll just say the address and have, like, an unmarked building. So
yeah.
I was, like, trying to figure it out, and I think I had Sloth help me on the GPS to actually get to our hotel, but it was, like...
missed an exit.
Yeah.
we definitely did.
We missed an exit, but I think it was, like, a 5-minute time loss or something. It wasn't that big, but I know some of the exits in Atlanta, like, you miss your turn, and it's, like, you can't turn around for, like, 3 or 4 miles, so it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then I guess after we checked into our hotel, you're gonna have to remind me what we actually did, but I guess we went to...
I mean, we just dropped off our stuff and immediately went to round one. Like,
we went to round one, yeah.
And then we found food at round one.
Yeah, we technically ate at the food court, like, nearby there, but... I mean, it wasn't really outstanding. I mean, it was typical mall food court
slop.
stuff. Yeah, slop.
Yeah.
Slop with teriyaki
It was basically
sauce.
stuff to hold us over for, like, until dinner, which was definitely a highlight, but... You know, as someone who, like, has never been to, like, a round one before, it was actually kind of cool to see one, because, I mean, obviously, I mean, like, you look at stuff like Dave & Buster's, and, like, you know, just that general kind of venue, like, as, like, a young adult at this point.
Yeah.
Roxy, do you want to explain what a round one is?
I was actually going to suggest that. For those that don't know, round one is essentially, sometimes there are other things connected with it. Like, we were at a round one in Spocha, which was, like, they had the whole arcade bit, and then they had, like, bowling and other stuff. but round one is essentially just a massive arcade, and they're usually I know a large majority of them have Japanese imported cabinets, which like if you're big on rhythm games or any like if you stay at the arcade a lot, that's a huge like reason to go there. And it sucks that I'm not super close to it, but I was definitely excited going to this one again because I think I've only been 2 other times, and it's like with other people. Like I would never really drive there just by myself. But
yeah, I feel like it's a place you have to go with friends because I don't know. I feel like it's just super awkward to roll up to one of those by yourself. I mean, there's obviously those people that like go crazy on those dance cabinets. You know, it's like an exercise thing, but I'm not that guy. So
definitely.
There's some bowling, which we did.
Yeah, bowling was super fun too. Honestly, when we were like just like hovering around like the arcade for like an hour, I honestly think bowling was probably more fun than the arcade itself. I'm not like I enjoyed the stuff we played, but
yeah,
I definitely was feeling a little icky at the time from the lunch we had.
Yeah, they had like some.
It was slow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like just
It was
Chinese food place. It was like Panda Express, but I don't know.
It was Panda
I
Express
didn't
with
eat it,
Panda.
so you could tell me if it was terrible or not.
No, it tasted great. However,
No,
it's
yeah.
Asian slop.
You pay the price.
Yeah.
Like, it
afterwards.
was fine. It's just like you definitely feel a little something afterward.
You taste
Yeah.
the MSG on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had Chick-fil-A, but I guess to paint a bigger picture, as for that, we did do bowling, which I think was probably the funnest thing we did there.
Yeah.
But, like, the arcade stuff, they had, like, Sound Voltex, which I'm, like, I really want to get good at, but, like, I never have stuff near me. And we'll get into it later, but they had it at Momocon, and I was, like, stuck on that for, like, half an hour.
No, yeah, it's a fun machine. If I was good at it, I feel like I'd be, like, encapsulated by it, so.
And then me and Seb tried to play Pump It Out, which is pretty much like, DDR, like with the arrows, and
I'm so
we're
bad at
both
that.
terrible at it, and like, I guess underestimated how the difficulty scaling on the game is.
You and I are probably used to Dance Dance Revolution, which has up, down, left, right. However, these are diagonal, and that really confused me. I could not figure it out for the life of me. I
Yeah.
don't do anything on it.
That's true too. They do have like slight differences, I guess.
And it's in Japanese. That is.
And it's in Japanese,
Yeah.
which like it's really hard to navigate the menus. But I guess if you've been there long enough, you know. Like I remember I did meet up with Dom like less than a year ago, I think. No, a year and a half ago, and he just knew because he had done it enough.
Yeah.
So like I remember there was a screen and it was like yes or no, and I hit no. And I was lucky because it was like asking if you wanted to play the tutorial, so I would have had to sit like 10 minutes and go through that. But yeah, they had like I know they had Gitadora, which is like kind of it reminds me the closest thing to like I guess Guitar Hero or Rock Band, where you have like the 5 notes on guitar, and then they had like an actual like little electronic drum kit you could play, and there's like that Taiko drummer game where you have the little sticks and the 2 drums, and a lot of rhythm games, and then we went to play some, like, I guess, I only describe them as, like, catch-up games, because, like, they just remind me of, like, the really cheap mobile
No, yeah,
games
yeah. Every arcade's got them.
that are, like, riddled with ads. They had, like, Crossy Roads, a Flappy Bird ripoff, and, they obviously have, like, the crane games and coin pusher stuff that you normally see in an arcade, but...
Only the best can win at the crane game, it should be noted.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Only the
Because you
absolute
came out victorious with an actual plushie while all of us didn't, so, you have to flex that.
The little scrungle, yeah.
True.
I think the weirdest thing, at least for me, like, I obviously rarely go, like, to, like, any of these places, so, like, every single time I go there, I see some brand new machines, and honestly, it was really funny to see, of all things, a Rick and Morty, like, coin pusher, like, arcade cabinet.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
remember
that was probably, like, the most insane thing ever, and there was also, like, a massive cabinet of, like, just like the Ubisoft Rabbids or whatever, like...
Yeah, which we got a picture of. I guess since I'll be the one editing this, if I have any notable pictures, like whenever we're telling our stories, then I'll put them up on the screen. But there's one of Sloth. You can't really see the screen, but you can tell it's like a Rabbids like cabinet thing.
No, it was insane. Like, I thought it was so funny to run into that.
Yeah, there were definitely some unexpected stuff. I guess I was automatically just looking for something Tetris related because that's kind of my strong suit in gaming nowadays, but didn't find anything. We did find Guilty Gear, though, which I just barely pulled off a win with Sloth.
I'm still upset by you.
I was basically just button mashing the whole time. Like, I do not play Guilty Gear, full disclosure, or a lot of fighting games, which I know some people might be mad to know that, but I should play more because I've seen a lot of cool things from Guilty Gear. Anyways, they had like a bunch of fighting games, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, and I think that pretty much covers it. They did have a pretty cool ticket area, and I know we came home, at least I got like some Skittles and Warheads and like random stuff, but I'm not...
Angry Birds bowling.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's right. There's like a bunch of different modes on like the bowling alley. Like you could like just select like a bunch of random stuff, and it was like...
Yeah. The actual hardware that they were running the games off of, like, for the Angry Birds thing, it was, like, 2 FPS. It was, like, barely able to actually handle it, which was kind of funny. And I remember, like, I was at a Topgolf, like, a week ago, and they had a Angry Birds, like, golf game. So I think it's just funny that, like, they incorporate themselves, like, everywhere.
Oh, yeah. They're, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're, like, along the same lines as Minions, but at least for, like, the 2010s. So...
Yeah.
I mean, after that, though, I mean, we didn't do much for the rest of that day. I mean, we got back to the hotel room and we basically just chilled. I mean...
Well, we had dinner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I can't forget my favorite nostalgic pizza place in the southern U.S., a Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah, they, in my city, they have a Mellow Mushroom, but it's not like, it's not really a hot spot to go to, I suppose, but I know it had been like 10 years since we went, so it was like the go-to spot. And the waitress, by the way, was goated because she took a couple Polaroids of us there,
yeah.
And it's like probably one of our best photos of the trip.
If she ever finds this podcast for some odd reason, you're still cool.
Yes, you're very, very cool.
She was the one.
Yeah, I was a little uncomfortable just asking random people to take pictures because like I'm not used to it.
He's really shy.
I'm really shy and introverted. I don't like asking like random people. It's not even like an awkward thing. It's like just something I'm not used to doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like me and my dad are both photographers, so we just like we're the ones taking the photo. But with a Polaroid, if you want to get a group shot, like you can't go like selfie mode. You're not going to get everybody in.
You could probably get a selfie stick for a Polaroid. That'd be really fun.
That'd be really funny and like convoluted.
I wonder how you'd get it to actually take a photo though, because like you have to physically press the thing.
Yeah.
Have a little mechanical switch on it.
Yeah, we got it.
Get a dinosaur hand.
We got to get on this. If there's not a patent for it already, there probably is. Who knows? But I mean, our main goal for like our first day, which was yesterday, was just like kind of hitting the arcade, and I mean, I guess just getting a good look at the city before Momocon
And each other, for that matter.
Yeah, and we afterwards, I guess, went back to the hotel, and Sloth brought a Steam Deck, which goated for that one. And I believe we played Nidhogg, which I had seen but not played before, and I definitely gotta add it to my Steam
Such a
library.
fun game. Such a fun game with the right people.
Yeah. And then played golf with your friends, and like we could tell everyone was tired at the end of it, so we like put on some random YouTube stuff like memes, and I guess just went to bed. But
yeah, we went to bed pretty early yesterday, but that was only because Momocon was like the next day, so we wanted to make sure we got up early and at least got there before opening, which we technically got there 30 minutes afterward because, funnily enough, parking was a nightmare there.
It was, yeah. So we kind of, one thing we overlooked was that when we actually bought our tickets, which I guess we all did like a couple weeks before, that was like the first thing we bought, because that's the thing we knew we wanted
except
to
for
do.
this guy over here.
Well,
this guy bought it the night of.
The plan was to get the tickets like a couple weeks early, and we didn't realize that like, I guess on their site you could have just bought parking then, and we waited and didn't even worry about it till like the day of, so we like go through this underground maze back rooms area with like, I know there was a train area we had to go through, like through the back of a building, and there were like 5 different parking decks for like, they had the Mercedes-Benz Stadium over there, the State Farm Arena, a couple other things, and they were all full, like completely full, and they kept saying like, they had a little sign that said you need a pass to get in, and we were like, we don't have a pass, so we had to like circle around like 10 times. I know we went through like a massive gate, and we were debating like, is this the way to go? And it was just like clearly not the right area. But eventually found like a little gravel lot that was like it said like $20 or $30, but we ended up paying $60, and then didn't even stay long enough for it to be like valid, right? Or
no, it was like it was $30 for 6 hours, and then like $60 for all day. And I know we at least stayed there until like roughly like 4 o'clock. Because I mean, we did a lot until like we left. Because I know we ate, where like around like I want to say like 5.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we were technically there for 7 hours then, so I guess
okay,
it's like look, parking in Atlanta, you got to know if you ever come here, it's just you're going to pay for like pretty much everything unless you're just insanely lucky or somebody that like has a parking thing. Because I have been here with like people who are around Atlanta, they usually like know what to do, but if you're kind of not new here, then it's an experience for sure.
Yeah.
But we do lesson learned, and to tell all you this, like to plan if you ever. I guess this goes for a big city in general, but like just don't like have a headache with parking. Like deal with that ahead of time.
Don't be the guy to show up the day of.
Did you want to like actually talk about like when we got to Momocon or anything? So.
I mean, yeah, we got into Momocon. It was a little confusing at first because we had no idea where we were meant to go to actually get in.
No, yeah.
Because it's like Momocon's situated right between the CNN Broadcasting Center, the old one in Atlanta, and it's just right across from that. So we got in, and then we had to find the registration. And it turns out, I could have saved a lot of time if I just didn't buy my ticket online, because everyone had bought the ticket online, so we had to wait in this. It wasn't that long, really.
It was like 5 minutes.
It was longer walking to the start of the line than it was.
It was
just
the
line.
One of those little things that just zigzag back and forth for like ever.
Yeah. So then after we got out, we got our passes, and we asked this guy to take our picture. Actually, it was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to ask anyone, and this guy's in like full cosplay. He's got a walking cane. He was kind of awkward. And he goes to take our picture and like sets his cane down, but it falls over. It like thuds on the ground, and it takes our picture. And we're like, oh yeah, thanks. He kind of like sticks around a little bit. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think he understood that like the Polaroid takes like 15 minutes to develop. So.
Yeah, so it was kind of like shoo. But then when we were walking towards the escalators to go down, I saw him again, and he was applying tape to his cane. So I think it broke.
Oh no! Are you serious?
Yeah.
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
I did see him, but I didn't mention it. But I know we were talking about the photo, so I didn't want to be like rude in front of him. Because like, I think I had pulled it out and I could tell it was like really blurry. But like, I have a really old camera and sometimes the shutter sticks, so it just kind of ruins every like 10th photo. But,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault that the photo got ruined, but it's our fault that his cane got.
I think because I know Momocon's been around for a while, and me and Soaring were originally going to go in 2020, and I think had COVID not happened, I'd say it'd probably be half the size than it is now, because a lot of people were saying, or I say a lot of, there's literally one guy I was talking to that said, like, there was a whole section that, like, didn't exist before that they built out, like, at the convention.
No, yeah. I mean, I've at least noticed in general that, like, they've obviously expanded a lot here, so.
Yeah, it was, like, I don't know. I guess I didn't expect the convention hall to be as large as it was, and they did pretty like efficient use of their space. Like there were people pretty much everywhere, and I guess since we were there early, it wasn't bad. But like we spent a good amount of our time walking through the little, I guess they called it like the artist alley. There was like maybe like a dozen aisles of like they had like plushes, which. Me and Sloth got a couple, like, merch, anything anime. They had, like, figurines, Funko Pops, pretty much anything that you could nerd out on, they had it. And,
it's always my favorite part of attending conventions, really. Yeah. You always see some wild stuff.
So we were, like, I think we did some arcade game stuff, and then we saw a bunch of people in line, like, up ahead and went to it. And there was a guy, like, shouting something, and they had, like, just opened it up when we walked through, because it was, like, 10 a.m. exactly. And, like, everybody rushed in there, and it wasn't too bad, but I know we, like, went back up for something, and then when we came back down, it was significantly worse.
No, yeah. We honestly entered it at, like, the perfect time, because, I mean, like, we basically got to, take a quick trip around the entire alley, and, like, with, like, little to no people, and, like... I honestly really enjoyed it because, I mean, not to say, like, I don't like people being around me, but, I mean, like, obviously convention spaces at their peak can be pretty crowded, so...
Yeah.
Very unsanitary. Speaking of unsanitary.
Oh, my lord. I cannot tell you how, like, cautious I've been, like, just about, like, like, washing my hands, like, every every chance I can, because obviously, like, I mean, as we're recording this, I am heading to GDQ in approximately, like, I'd say 2 to 3 days. And
Can't take
oh my
chances.
lord, yeah, I can't take any chances. Like, if I get sick, like, before I go there, I'm gonna be so upset. But, like, I didn't want to cancel this trip because obviously you guys have been a blast. Like,
yeah, this has definitely been one of the, I guess, most fun or just like consistently good meetups I've had with like anybody online. And that's not a hard bar, I guess, but like the only other person I've met is Dom, and that was kind of awkward. Sorry, Dom. I know you're probably listening to this, but it was kind of weird. But like, I don't know. I guess it helped that, like, I guess I didn't know what Seb looked like. I already knew what Sloth looked like,
Yeah.
though, so that was, like, a big thing for me, is, like, putting the face to the name.
right.
Yeah, because Sloth used to stream with his face cam on.
I mean, I gotta get back to it
Yeah.
eventually. I've just been kind of lazy. You know, some days you just don't want to present yourself, and that's why the raccoon's up there all the time.
Yeah, of course. I don't mind the raccoon at all. You inspired me to put the little mouse or whatever it is
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
like,
the-
teary-eyed, like, in the corner of my stream.
The hamster.
Yeah.
I'd met Sloth before as well in 2020.
Yeah, that was a fun meetup. Like, you know, despite everything that happened, like, as COVID was happening around that time, I still appreciate the fact that you actually made the trip up here, and we just kind of gamed up for like 48 hours. Like,
I wasn't
That's
bailing.
awesome.
It was a $90 ticket, like to.
When was it? Like, the week of COVID? Like,
it was
March
like
2020?
that week, like middle of March,
Yeah.
and you know, I was a little bit iffy on it, like at first, especially since it was all happening. Because I mean, like, you know, my dad was like also just like, you know, hey, COVID's like actually becoming serious now. I don't know if you should be doing this, but like, I'm just like, you know what? If he's gonna make the trek, I mean, I might as well at least be open to it.
It was
But-
like before it was like at 100% in America, but it was like getting there as
It
a
was the
serious
week
concern.
before. It was 100% in America.
Like before, like the
Yeah.
whole stock market like tanked.
Yeah, like before
Yeah.
every lockdown and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that incredible timing. That reminds me of like my buddies went like camping at the beach like the week of COVID, and like everyone was gone. It was like deserted,
yeah,
and it rained the whole time they were there too. It was just miserable.
That's really
that's
sad.
rough.
Yeah, but I mean, COVID is definitely. I guess you could argue if COVID didn't happen, we probably wouldn't be here right now because we, you know, I mean, I would have probably met Sloth in 2020, but I'm glad like everything aligned where like I could meet at least like 2 people I haven't met IRL before and kind of hang around Atlanta because I don't know. It's just like I feel not necessarily drawn to Atlanta, but like in my line of work I plan on doing like film, like I might as well get familiar with the area, you know?
No, yeah, that's fair.
Because this, dude, it's a massive city. I mean, even like, and this is from me coming from Dallas, which has like, I think like 1.2 million as their population. It's still like comparable in that like everything is like so different depending on where you go. And like there's suburbs in between different parts of the city. And it's just like kind of weird.
No, yeah, it's decently big. Like I forget the name of the park, but like, you know, the like connecting park between like the convention center, the aquarium, and like the World of Coke. I forget what it's called.
Centennial Park.
Centennial Park. Yeah, that park was really nice. I know we sat down there like.
Really nice. I guess I had just not paid attention to it because like I've been there at least like 3 other times and walked through it, but haven't been like there was a whole area with like a little fountain and like a little pool that a bunch of people were sitting at.
Yeah.
And you could see like the aquarium. I think it's like a civil rights museum and something else, the Coke Museum, like all there, like kind of in between the trees, which is really cool. And
We walked
Yeah.
through it. Well, you were at the convention, and Aurora and I took a very slow walk, holding hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
holding-
sorry. You
holding
know,
hands.
I think this is a funny thing to bring up because when we were like about just done with Momocon, like, you know, eating in the CNN Center, I got a DM from Xander. Xander, if you ever listen to this, oh boy, this is gonna be a funny one. But I posted like we've obviously been posting on Twitter like a couple of our photos, like
Yeah.
you know, because I mean it's like, oh my god, it finally happened. But Xander literally messaged me like a couple like I think hours after we posted, and just like. He literally said, "Hey, I know ToonFest is happening. You got to get me some merch, and you know this is not a joke. Please go get me something. I'll Venmo you or something."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? It'd be really funny if I actually caved in for this. So I just said, you know what? You know what? I'll do it. And I literally ran over there as they ran over the aquarium. Got like every single little trading card, pin, sticker, and I even got a poster, which. unfortunately is a little bit damaged from my backpack. So, whenever you get that, Xander, I'm sorry, but...
You're kind of a real one for that, though, like running back into the convention just to get...
No, yeah, I love doing funny bits like it, honestly. I'm part of many circles, even just a little bit, and I'm willing to take one for the team, even for somebody that's out of town, which,
I wouldn't have done that. I would have said, fuck off.
Well, you're a little bit evil. You're a little bit evil. All right.
Evil. I'm reasonable.
Okay.
But I guess just to fill in on like other stuff we did at Momocon, and forgive me if I'm leaving anything out. I know there was a wrestling match we wanted to go to, and it was like insanely loud, and we barely could see anything.
It was really badly placed.
It was really badly placed, and I mean,
with how much space that was in the convention and like where they laid everything out, I definitely think they could have placed that somewhere better. Because I mean, like you saw at least like all the gaming spaces. There was like all this open space like for just VR, console free play, PC free play. I mean, like, I know they had some tournaments going on, at least that weekend, but
yeah.
I genuinely think, if they wanted to, like, space everything out properly, they could have totally fit that thing in, like, one of those areas.
And we're thinking, like, it's basically like, what would you call it? Like a aircraft, like, hangar-sized space. Like, it's very
it's
big.
massive.
And, like, some rooms have, like, not like there are huge areas with kind of nothing. There was I guess I should bring it up anyways. There's like the area with the arcade machines, and then there's like the incubation boxes they put the streamers in, where you can just look at them through like a glass.
That was probably the funniest thing that I ever have seen in a convention. Because keep in mind, as like the convention veteran here, I have never ever seen something like that.
It's so weird
in a space like this, and I was tempted to even go into it and like actually like do it as like a fun little joke.
It's like going to a zoo, but you're just looking at like Gen Z streamers or something.
Well, there weren't any like big streamers there. No, the only one that I saw that was like I would consider big, and he was only here yesterday. That was Disguised Toast.
Really?
Yeah.
He was here?
Yeah, yesterday. I'm pretty sure I
Wow.
saw him on there.
That actually would have been funny.
That's
to
kind of crazy.
check out. Yeah.
But that's like the only guy I noticed. Oh yeah, what was HoloLive? Because weren't they at Momocon apparently? HoloLive. I saw them on the guest. I saw them on the guest list.
I did too. But
isn't that just like like a collection of VTubers or?
Yeah, it is. So I don't know.
Like a streaming group.
Yeah.
If they're all
yeah.
VTubers, how do you put it on the guest list? Like, look at these PNGs, bro. Look at them.
I mean, okay. I mean, online personalities, man.
I guess that's part of it. Yeah. They did have like some that were blank, and there was just like a VTuber like shown on the screen. So I guess they still paid like their thing or whatever.
Yeah. I wanted to go see the Runaway guys, but, the unfortunate thing of obviously planning a trip, like, without, like, really, like, going every single day of the convention is that, I mean, like, you don't know when every single, like, event or panel is going to happen, like, 3 months in advance. So you just kind of have to pray that, the things you want to experience are, just there when you arrive. And, unfortunately, the Throne Controllers panel that I really wanted to see was actually happening as I was flying in. And I was really sad about it, because that... If it was aligned, at least on Saturday or even like later that Friday, I would have totally said, like, we should totally go and catch it, because it is actually, like, something I really wanted to see, but I'm not super butthurt over it, so...
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Yeah, we did do PC free play as well, which was just really embarrassing, because of course Aurora wanted to play Tetris.
Yeah, there was, like, I felt like... I saw a lot of people there that were playing CSGO, and I'm wondering, like, if they were actually playing a competitive match, if you only have 45 minutes, even for CSGO, that's kind of, like, risking it.
I saw a lot of them, like, 1v1ing.
Oh, okay. They might have just been in, like, a custom lobby. The PC free play thing was cool, because, like, not a lot of people were using it, and, it, we probably could have thought of something better, but we just played Tetrio and then, like, a little bit of Kronker, which is just, like, a in-browser FPS thing.
That's because we didn't want to log in.
Yeah, I didn't trust anything, on the off chance somebody gets something from me.
Me and Sloth were like, we should play Fortnite, and then we were like, no, we should not log into this computer, just in case.
I mean, I guess that basically sums up everything at Momocon. I mean, after that, we basically just booked it to the aquarium, and that was pretty fun, It's always a fun visit when you come into this area.
Loud-ass kids, oh my god,
yeah.
Smack the shit.
Oh, yeah, the whole time. Okay. The whole time we were at the aquarium, it was like, I don't remember it. Maybe it's because it's so long ago. The last time I was there was like 4th grade or 5th grade, and I went up to see like a friend of mine who moved to Tennessee, but that came down to Atlanta to just meet. And it's back when I had an Angry Birds t-shirt, so that's just how it was like 2010. But I don't remember it being like crowded at all, like when I was there. Like, I guess I was conscious enough to remember there weren't a lot of people. But like, dude, when we went, there was like, I guess they just, I don't know, maybe COVID affected it, but it seemed like there were way too many people in there. Like, they should have like monitored it. And, like, I don't think they even looked at the time on our ticket. They just kind of had us scan it and go on.
Yeah, they didn't really.
We got there, like, 10 or 15 minutes early, like, once we were at the gate. So we had, like, a time for 3 p.m. and we were in at, like, 2:50. So I don't know if they... Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think they care.
It's not even that it was busy because of Momocon there, because I didn't see, like, anyone there that was also at the convention, because I didn't see anyone cosplaying, obviously, and no one with, like, a thing around their neck either.
We did have, like, that one dude ask, like, what convention we were at was.
Oh my god, yeah.
He seemed, like, pretty on board with it, though.
I think it was so funny, like, that interaction, because obviously, when we were pulling up to that, I obviously invested in the biggest sloth plushie ever, and of course security's wanting to check my bag, so I'm just like, okay, here you go. Just, move the giant sloth plushie out of my bag.
Yeah.
Like, they just didn't care enough because it was just so big, so...
Yeah. I should probably mention, too, like, Sloth got that, and then I got, like, a really long cat, and his name is Spoingo Boingo. And he's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, isn't he?
He's so cool. I'm gonna flip him around when I'm bored for fun.
It's like that meme of the cat being lifted up.
Just picking him around, just stretches.
Yeah.
It's a little slinky cat.
Insert image here.
They had like a massive version of it for $80, and if price weren't an option, I would have like stuffed that in the back of my car or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
There were a lot of really cool things there. I really wanted to get one of those like 3D-esque posters, or even like the little calling cards they had. Those are so cool from that 3D artist. But I mean, I only brought my backpack, so.
What's funny though too is like technically, what time is it? As of recording this, it's like 8 p.m. We would technically be able to still go back and like probably get something. If we were unhinged enough. But yeah, I think they're like open to midnight tonight, right? Because they're doing like a bunch of stuff really late.
Today's like I think the longest day they're going to be open, so.
I couldn't even imagine the stink. Yeah, just imagine like green stink lines coming out of most of the
We got joking about that. There's obviously like the go-to Smash player joke that like, stinky.
I really don't like to like think about it that much, but I mean like I'm not going to deny the fact that I definitely noticed several people there that probably have not showered in a week.
It wasn't like, because if it was really bad, I definitely would have noticed, but it wasn't like, I don't know. Well, people did. It was crowded, but people did kind of keep their distance, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
So.
The only guy I was really confused by was that one guy that smelled like fish, like cat food fish.
Oh, you did. I didn't know what you were talking about when you like looked over to me and said like fish or something. I was like,
some
what?
Guy brushed past me and it smelled like cat food. I was like, who are you?
Oh yeah, I made the joke that like, well, dude, cat maids gotta eat,
I only saw male cat maids at Momocon.
I saw like 5 or 6 easily. I should have done it. Like, missed opportunity. I didn't. I have the same thing on I wore at Momocon now. I have like a Pizza Tower shirt and shorts, but.
Well, you thought you saw anything for views. Who's just?
I did. I did like a triple take, and the dude just looked like Chad from Cold Ones, and I was like. I was this close to saying something, but like as he got close, he had like the hair back in the ponytail and a really big like blonde beard.
Yeah.
It was like he was like 90% there.
He was missing a beer in his hands.
Yeah. He just needed to be plastered drunk, and I would have like recognized him for sure. I guess, did we miss anything from the aquarium? I mean, it was like...
In all honesty, I think the aquarium, out of like all the big things we hit, was probably the weakest, but that was only because, one, it was pretty crowded, and two, there were a lot, and I mean a lot of kids there. Like, there was like strollers everywhere, and, it was kind of hard to really like, enjoy it like to its fullest, because I mean like
we did kind of like, it's meant to be a 2-3 hour thing. We got through it in like an hour and change, like not that long. I feel like the big like payoff is like you get to go through there's like a massive like walkway like dome area, and there's like you have an option to just walk to the side, but there's like a moving sidewalk and it takes you through, and kids were like screaming at the top of their lungs, and I'm like, dude, surely the little lemon shark up there is not worth freaking out.
I mean, no, like there was this kid behind me that like kept fucking touching my bag, and I didn't want to be that guy, especially with like mothers around, but like it was pretty annoying because nobody wants to deal with that at all.
I get paranoid too because like the only thing I'd worry about somebody taking out of my bag is the Polaroid because it's like irreplaceable because it's like my mom's old camera. So like if I feel like a bunch of people touching my bag, I'm gonna like snatch it back. But
I think the problem was that the kids would be screaming and then the mom would just be laughing.
Yeah, none of them really
they encourage it, dude.
Yeah,
it's messed up.
But personally, I enjoy the aquarium myself. I'm kind of able to block out all those negatives and be like,
it only annoyed me at the end.
Yeah,
it's an extremely awesome aquarium. It really is.
It really is.
It's a highlight of the state. Yeah,
it's like one of the biggest in America.
Yeah. The human factor ruined it, just like the ocean. LOL.
But we had a little shark exhibit. There were also like thousands of little fish like spiraling around. There's like beluga whales, which those are funny fellows.
Yeah, I love them.
They're just here for a good time.
One had a hat, and I loved it.
When we came in there, like the second we turned the corner, there was one with a little pink like hard hat on, and he was just swimming around, happy as could be. I don't know why he had the hat on. He was just balling.
Yeah, he was balling.
Bro, if I could befriend a beluga whale, I would. They're just squishy.
You can. Just jump in there.
Yeah, just jump in there. They'll welcome you, surely.
Surely, yes. What 30 years of captivity do to an MF?
So you're talking about that one dolphin or whale that just killed itself?
Yeah, it might have been an edited video, but there's like this messed up video online of like, it's either a beluga whale or a dolphin just smashing its head into like the glass at an aquarium in front of like kids and everything. It's like it like died, dude. It was. I've seen too much. on the internet.
Unfortunately,
not to make it a morbid thing. That didn't happen. We
went from like 100 to like 40 over here.
Yeah, well, you better not drop it too much lower.
Well, after that, we went to Vortex.
Yeah,
Vortex was crazy.
Which Vortex, like, okay, viewers, you got to be over 21 to enter this place because it's a bit, they got some adult stuff in there, but it's like, just the vibe is like very bar and grill type vibe, but it's like, I know it's known for the little entrance. It's got a little like swirly faced looking like skeleton skull.
Yeah.
And we have a picture of, I have a picture of Sloth and Seb outside. And best burger I've ever had.
No, I'm really happy we went there. Like, I'll say it right now. Like, obviously, entering a space like this is not my expertise, but I'll definitely go there for good grub. And you picked right. You picked right. It lived up to the hype. I enjoyed the apocalypse burger they had there.
It's the zombie apocalypse, yeah, which was like, obviously a hamburger patty. Then it had pulled pork, barbecue sauce, bacon, and I think a sunny side up egg on it or something.
It was so good. And it was on like Texas toast.
Yes. It was like super messy though. Like it's one of those burgers you take a bite in and then like everything comes out the backside.
Yeah. Should use the fork and knife.
Yeah. I should have. Seb enlightened me with like, he's like, bro, you gotta slow down. You gotta eat it with a fork and knife. And,
I'm not even kidding. Like within the first 2 minutes of like while we're like digging in, Aurora already finishes his burger.
I slammed the burger, and I think it comes down to like I'm used to. When I was in high school, we legit, like, once we got to the lunch line, it's like 10 minutes to eat. So I just got used to, like, eating really fast. And it's, like, it's a bad habit. But I really should, like, if you go to a place like that, you gotta, like, take your time and,
it's like what animals do in the wild.
Yeah, I'm going primal on that burger. It was that good. It deserves to be eaten any way you want. But I'm just saying, like, I should, like, pace myself with that stuff.
It should really be noted that both of you here were offered Jaeger bombs. And I was the only one who had a Jaeger bomb.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Probably would have been fine, but I generally don't drink, like, if I'm going to drive within an hour.
Yeah, to be fair, Aurora was driving us around, so,
Where's your excuse?
Yeah. The thing is, I don't have an excuse, Yeah. I think I should have caved a little bit, drinking's not my cup of tea, but...
Yeah, let's just walk to a bar right now and go have a Jaeger bomb. They'll make one for you, you think?
They will, yes. Of course they will.
I might try one tonight then, who knows?
They were pretty good.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's more or less everything, but, like, I don't know. I'm sure we missed some, but that's the gist of it. It's just overall been a really good trip because we've kind of, like, when we planned this out, we gave us a schedule that was, like, flexible enough to, if we wanted to do something else, we could. And I think the only thing we missed, like, we had breakfast here before we went to Momocon today, but, like, that's not, I don't think, super notable.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, I took plenty of pictures. I'm sure, like I said, when I'm editing this, I'll put some probably at the end here with from our phones and a couple Polaroids. But very cool trip. I think especially COVID kind of sparked the idea to really get back out. Like now that it's not as bad, it's pretty much just like the flu now. So
yeah,
doing these social events are super cool. And I know we kind of mentioned that going to Chicago and that kind of area closer to Sloth is kind of the next move, or New York, or who knows, whatever we figure
whatever the wind takes us to. So
because I mean Atlanta's pretty far from. I know you were just in Dallas, and I had to fly from Dallas to Atlanta. It's not it's like a 2.5 hour flight, but still it's it's a distance.
I mean, honestly, with this trip for me, I didn't really give a shit about Momocon. Honestly,
yeah, I know it wasn't your big priority.
The Georgia Aquarium was cool, but I came to visit you guys. I mean, that's why.
Yeah, same here. And
it's been a good thing for me.
You guys are awesome.
I guess the last thing to do is we're probably going to hit up the bar later and then just play video games, which is you couldn't ask for a better end to a day. So
yeah,
we have podcast part 2 and we're wasted.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
All the hot ones.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's already a thing.
No, yeah, hot. Well, you're thinking of cold ones.
Yeah, there you go.
See, I was thinking the opposite of cold ones because they're beneath us.
But then their namesake is a parody
hot
of
ones. Yeah, so we could do medium ones.
We could do lukewarm ones.
All right.
Where we drink warm beer.
Yeah, room temperature beer. Ew.
Yeah,
that's so gross.
I think we're basically ready to call it here. So
yeah, and we're still recording this. We're we still got our upload schedule kind of figuring out, but this will probably be out in June. So probably a couple weeks after we've done this and we've already done everything. So yeah, I mean, look forward to more episodes. I know me and Sloth are planning to get maybe 10 starting out at least, but we were planning to actually have something to commit to here. So
yeah.
Hopefully the podcast will keep, going for as long as we can. But, no, I think the hardest thing is just finding, new topics to talk about.
Yeah.
After a while. But, like any podcast, I mean, it evolves over time. So
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you guys for watching the Basement Outback podcast and enjoying all our unorganized thoughts about our trip. And, yeah, we'll see you in about a week or two with another episode. So, everybody take care, and I guess enjoy the start to your summer.
Yeah, take care, you guys.
Bye-bye.
That was great, guys. That was great. Great game.
Holy smokes.